my name is Jennifer Higdon. I'm one of the personal trainers at Merritt Clubs in Elversburg. And we're going to be going through a posterior chain workout today with some mobility exercises in the warm-up, and we're going to finish off with core. One of the most underutilized muscle groups is our glutes, especially now that we're all sitting. So we're really going to put the focus on the bottom part of our posterior chain, literally speaking, our glutes, our hamstrings, and our quads. So I'll have some modifications, progressions, regressions. We can do some of the moves loaded, not loaded, and I will show how to go through all of those in each one. So have fun, happy moving, and we hope you enjoy the workout. Ankle mobility. I'm going to take my front leg out, left leg. I'm going to take the same hand, put it right on top of that ankle bone, put my hand on, nice and secure. You can put your other hand wherever on your hips, and I'm going to push forward, keeping that heel on the ground, getting that dorsiflexion. And also, what I want to do is I want to make sure that my knee stays in line with my ankle, that my knee's not pushing out or in. 5 times on each side. I'm going to come up. I'm going to take that same leg. I'm going to put it off to the side. You can do this loaded or not loaded. I'm going to use a kettlebell. This is 20 pounds. If not, if you have a full gallon of milk or an empty jug with water, you can do that as well. So you want to square off the hips. Same thing here, just a different way. Heel stays on the floor. Push forward. And you're going to get that nice stretch. 5 times on each side. Lateral squats, 3 sets of 5 on each side. This is not a side lunge. What we want to do is have our feet just outside our shoulders. Hips are going to go back to each side. I always tell clients, like you're going to sit one butt cheek down at a time. Body weight, hands out or hands in front. Shift the hips back. Extend that back leg and push the hips back. Make sure you keep your chest up, drawing your belly in, embracing your core, and breathing. 3 sets, 5 on each side, basically 10 total. Lunge with arm extension, hands are clasped together, right leg goes back, lunge and lift. Step in, step back. Keep the knee nice and soft. Front leg stays parallel to the floor. Belly stays tight. Chest stays up. Don't forget to breathe. 3 sets, 5 reps. Look at 1, first move. Sumo squats, focusing on eccentric loading, which is the lengthening phase on the way down. This is where we build strength in our compound movements. So feet 6 to 12 inches apart, core tight. Chest stays lifted, body weight. You can have your hands up here or out in front. Deep breath in. We're going to count down for 4 with a 2 second isometric hold, and then we're going to come up with control. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and up. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and up. Make sure you're pushing your knees out. Again, keeping that belly nice and tight. We want to avoid leaning over when we get to the bottom range. And our heels stay nice and glued to the floor. Reverse lunges. Front leg, heel is corkscrewed into the floor. Hips are square, chest is square. Draw the belly in, embrace the core. Hands can be out in front, right here, or you can put them right behind your head. I call these prisoner lunges. They seem pretty appropriate for being locked down. So, long step back. Drop the knee, front leg stays parallel to the floor, come up, step in. Step back, stabilize, down. Make sure your elbows are coming in if you're doing these prisoner lunges. We want them out nice and extended. Open up that chest, deep breath in, step. Don't forget to breathe. Good. 3 sets of 10. The single leg Romanian deadlift, 2 ways of doing this is called a single leg reach and then a single leg Romanian deadlift, and I'll be using 1 kettlebell. This is also known as unilateral training. Instead of doing a regular deadlift, we'll be using one side at a time. Unilateral training allows us to strengthen our weaker side without overcompensating and making our stronger side stronger. It's a great way to train and help work out those muscle imbalances. So first one I'll be doing is a single leg reach from the lateral view. I'm working my left leg. This is one I'm going to start on. I'm going to extend my right arm out. We're going to focus on that hip hinge. So it's not a lean over. It's not a squat. The hip, we literally hinge at the hip, pushing our hips back behind us. This allows for isolation and glute and hamstring recruitment, and we come all the way up. Soft bend at the knee, tight core. Avoid rotating through the hips and spine. Reach and come up. Reach and come up. For extra added strength and resistance and a little bit of spike in the heart rate, I have a 20-pound kettlebell. Deep breath in, reset. Again, nice soft knees. Tip, again, corkscrewing that heel into the floor. Now you notice my range of motion is a little bit shorter. That's fine. I'm stopping as soon as I feel compensation so I can maximize ultimate muscle recruitment. Circuit number 2. We're going to start with the glute bridge. This is, again, working the posterior chain, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your core. You want your hands, palms on the floor, heels a little close to your butt, but not too close. And you're going to start to drive the heels through the floor, pushing the hips up. And eventually, you want those hips in line with the knee. Watch hyperextension of your lower back and come down. Deep breath in. Push. You'll also feel this a little bit in your quads. That's fine. Make sure you've got a stable surface to make sure that your feet aren't pushing forward and extending out. Box step-ups or box jumps. First move I'll show is a box step-up. We typically use weights with this that allows for more caloric output and also adds the strength component. Box step up. I'm going to step up with my left leg first. When I do, focus is on that heel strike, not stepping with the ball of your foot. It's a vertical drive straight up. We want to avoid leaning over when we come up and stand up on the top of the box. So you can have your hands out, together, whichever you want. So I stepped up with my left leg. I'm going to step back with my right, alternate legs. Again, when you strike with the heel, you're going to get that glute recruitment, which is what you want. Obviously, the higher the step, the harder the move. Since most of us probably don't have a very high step, I have a 20-pound kettlebell here. I'm going to come up, arm out, step back. For a plyometric aspect, box jump, focus on coming down into a squat, driving the knees up almost like a tuck, and absorbing the squat when you hit the box or the bench. Again, landing with your heels. We want to avoid literally smashing our legs into the box like that. That's not going to do anything except put unloaded stress on your knees. And step back. Deep breath in. You can use the momentum of your arms to get really high. 3 sets. One of my favorites, burpees. In a burpee, we're doing many different things at one time and really driving through those power movements. So one thing we really want to focus on is when we come down is not hyperextending our back. So we have 2 options to do this. I'll show the first one. You come down, step out. 1, 2, in, up. If you're ready, up. Focusing on keeping that belly tight, locking in your core, and breathing. 3 sets of 10. Plank walkouts. You want to start hands under shoulders, and then curl the toes under, tucking in your pelvis, deep breath in, and then walking. Alternatively, reaching a little bit further each time. Avoiding rotating through your hips, tucking that pelvis in, and coming back to the beginning with your hands under your shoulders. Plank up downs, hands underneath your shoulders. Knees just outside your hips. Curl your toes under. Come into a plank. Squeeze your butt, tuck your pelvis. Plank up downs. Down, down, up, up. Switch sides. Down, down, up, up. 3 sets of 10.